Okay, so this is going to be a recap video for Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 4. We're going to talk about the important moments and where these characters stand going into Episode 5 and 6. Before we get started, comment below with your thoughts of this episode, and if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe to see more videos like this. So let's start with the opening. Daenerys makes Gendry the Lord of Storm's End. So this was a strategic plan to play two purposes. First off, it was to lighten up the mood a little bit after losing all those men, and I think it was another attempt to gain some loyalty at Winterfell. But we can definitely see that backfired because when it came down to it, everyone was cheering around Jon Snow and kind of leaving Daenerys in the cold. No pun intended. But as you can see, they're whooping and hollering and giving him props for riding a dragon, and when Daenerys rides dragons all the time. So we can see that she feels alone in this situation. So we finally get the discussion between Daenerys and Jon about him being a Targaryen. So she wants him to keep it a secret, and of course Jon Snow isn't. He's loyal to his family. We do kind of already assume this, but we found out that half of the army has been killed during the Long Night episode. So going into King's Landing, they're going to be vastly outnumbered. So it looks like Jon Snow is marching to King's Landing, and Daenerys is taking the waters, going to White Harbor. But as we can see, there's still some issues with alliances and them welcoming Daenerys into the group. Especially her being queen. Sansa doesn't like it, Arya doesn't like it, and they even talk to Jon Snow about it. Next, we're going to move on to Sansa. So Sansa and Arya find out that Jon Snow is actually Targaryen and heir to the throne, which basically only gives Sansa more fuel to dislike Daenerys, especially after finding out that Daenerys told Jon Snow not to tell anybody, but he did anyway. But it definitely looks like Sansa's playing the chess game to move all the pieces to get everyone against Daenerys. Okay, moving on. While on the way to White Harbor, it looks like Euron Greyjoy ambushes Daenerys and the Unsullied, and we lose another dragon. And it also looks like they took Missandei. So anyway, like I mentioned before, Sansa's playing those chess pieces, and she knows if she tells Tyrion that Jon Snow is Targaryen and he's actually heir to the throne, it's going to start to crumble from within. This even leads up to him discussing it with Varys and even talking about treason. But they begin to see that she may not be fit to be queen and lead. And this is all coming at the same time that she is starting to lose her cool. Finally, we see Arya heading up to King's Landing with Hound. So it looks like she's going to be involved in that final battle. Moving on, we're going to talk about Jaime. So Jaime and Lady Brienne definitely hooked up. But as we can see, Jaime's alliances are still held with Cersei. There's this grasp, but she still holds on him, and it looks like he's also heading to King's Landing. So he's also going to be there for that final battle. In my prediction, he's going to be there to defend Cersei to the very end, possibly even losing his life to do so. Okay, look, over the last couple seasons, we've slowly been seeing Daenerys descend into madness. Now, it's definitely been rumored that Daenerys is going to end up becoming a mad queen. And this episode has done nothing but to support that. She feels alone in King's Landing. She has no alliances there. People still don't seem to trust her. Next, she just lost another dragon, which is basically her losing another child. And on top of that, Missandei just got kidnapped. Now, finally, we're confronting Cersei. Dany tells her to surrender. Cersei says she'll kill Missandei. Cersei kills Missandei. Daenerys is going to lose it. She has now committed to fully go in there and destroy King's Landing. And going into this next episode, Daenerys doesn't trust anyone at this point. She trusts the Unsullied, she barely trusts Tyrion and Varys, and she trusts herself. She doesn't even trust Jon Snow anymore, so she's going to be going on her own and committing to her own plan. We see Jon Snow will be getting the King's Landing, but I think Daenerys is going to be working on her own program and attacking the way that she wants to attack. At this point, she's going to do what it takes to get that throne. And the only thing that I think is going to stop her is going to be Jon Snow telling her no. But even that, I don't think that's going to stop her from doing anything. She's pretty much lost it at this point, and we're going to see her dedicate to this cause and get that Iron Throne no matter what. If it's killing innocent people, if it's killing the armies, if it's killing Cersei, she's going to go in there and she's going to destroy everything with the one dragon that she has left. There has been a theory that Daenerys may possibly actually be pregnant with Jon Snow's child at this point. I know we've been told she can't have children and the dragons are a means of her to bear children, but I think there's a possibility that Drogon may die in this final battle, and her being pregnant may be a means of her having another child, and maybe that will be the only means of stopping her from becoming the Mad Queen. At this point, I think the real threat is going to be Daenerys and Jon Snow, and that may very well be the last war. Because if Daenerys gets the throne, we have no idea how she's going to behave. Especially at this point, she's lost a lot and she's desperate and full of rage right now. And when Daenerys has been put into a corner, that's when she's most likely to get more ruthless. So we may see this battle between Cersei and Daenerys, but we're definitely going to see a battle between Jon and Daenerys because I don't think there's a way for both of them to rule. She's not going to step down, and no one's going to let Jon Snow step down, even if it turns to treason, which Varys and Tyrion are already kind of leading towards that way. And I don't know, at this point, she may not be the best fit for the Iron Throne. But yeah, just wanted to make this a short video about the important moments that occurred in episode 4 and where we stand before going into episode 5. Thank you very much for watching, and comment below with your thoughts about Daenerys. Do you think she's fit to sit on the Iron Throne? And when it comes down to it, do you think it's going to be her versus Jon Snow? Or do you think Cersei's going to play a part in there as well? There's just a lot. And if you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. And if you like it even more, hit that little notification bell to be alerted anytime I upload any new videos. Until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds.